Well, we're working on this video. Could you explain a little bit about the Philippines health insurance system and how it works and how it's beneficial for people to be enrolled in it?
The PhilHealth or the Philippine Insurance Company, they usually reimburse. For example, if you are admitted, you can use your PhilHealth. But before, I mean, as as of uh, as of my knowledge, PhilHealth is you need to have that for you to be able to work in a company, or the company is what do you call this, is required to pay PhilHealth for you, or I think it's there's a certain percentage that the company will pay and you also will pay. It's a requirement for the employees and employers.
Okay.
But I think there's a big progress being done by the government in terms of insurance, because they just approve a universal health care bill wherein all Filipinos will have equal access to health.
Oh, okay. Now, will that
access to medical procedures.
will that happen automatically, or do people have to enroll in the online, or do they go to a hospital to do this?
I think I'm not sure actually about this because this is something new, but I'm just hoping that this will really help a lot of Filipinos, because one of the things I think patients, they keep themselves from going to the hospital because of financial reasons.
Money, yeah.
But if this one will be executed well, executed well, executed well by, or will be well managed, then I think this will be helpful, because it means all Filipinos, whether you are employed or not employed, will have equal access. Because actually that's one of the challenge. I forgot to include that. One of the challenges is there's still inequality of giving medical service to the poor and to the rich. Of course, the rich will always have everything, while the poor, there's only limitation. So just to share with you, I was trained in a government. It's a locally governed hospital. I was trained there for 3 years. I took my internship there, internship there. The government will say it's free, but then when the budget was it's already low, no supplies already, then the patient will have to buy outside.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Yeah, it's not really free. It's not really free. But the institution where I came from, if there's really supplies, it's really good. Working to manage the patients it's really easy. It's very difficult because sometimes they will say it's free, but then the patient, and then the supplies run out. The patient will complain, you said it's free.
And now it's not.
Sometimes you have to shell out.
Right.
Because if you don't shell out, sometimes most of the time that this patient will give a report. And this political leaders will not listen to you, because these are the voters. I'm just one. I'm not, these people are the voters, and if these people say something bad to him, it will really affect the image of being free hospital. It's really challenging, because sometimes if you're in the middle, you'll be like,
yeah, exactly. It's very difficult to be in the middle between a patient and insurers and the government, and that's often where the doctors find themselves.
So
nowadays.
hopefully this universal health care bill will really be executed well, and will be managed well, especially the funding. Yeah, that's my hope.
Well, I guess since it's just a new bill, has it been enacted yet, or?
I think it's already approved.
It's already approved, so we're going to be seeing in the next couple of years how it really plays
because you know how going to Singapore, I did have the standard now that whenever someone in Singapore is admitted, they will discharge without any payment. It's really free.
Right.
It's the definition of free. Yeah, here if you still need to pay something.
Right, and often aren't people asked to pay up front before they
Yeah,
receive
some of
the
them.
treatment?
I mean, there's a law that you don't need to. I mean, the hospital should not ask deposits, but there's still some not following. I mean, there's a lot that's still following.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from many Filipinos
Yeah.
that I've spoken to, why they don't go for
Yeah.
surgery, and how they're like, well, they want me to pay up front, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's not very optimistic.
Not just in surgery, yeah. Even in emergency cases, even in critical cases, they want people to pay first. But I don't know because it's very difficult. Also, me right now being a health facility administrator or manager, sometimes it's also about our fund.
Right.
If the
because
patient
you guys,
have no payment, then it's also
it's
hurting
going to
us
charge you
financially.
guys, and it's
Yeah.
coming out of your bottom line. Not even your bottom line, but coming out of your budget, and that
Yeah.
goes into other areas such as your equipment,
Yeah,
your salary for your nurses, and
salaries,
your
especially
doctors. So.
and the cost of the materials you're using.
The cost of rent too,
Yeah.
on your cost of the building,
Yeah.
maintenance,
So
everything.
so if this universal healthcare is really a legit one, it will not just help the Filipino patient, but also the administrator. The administrator. Yeah, it will be a win-win for everyone.
Now,
Yeah.
what system of insurance is this modeled after? Do you know? Is it modeled after like the Canadian? Is it modeled?
We usually follow the US.
Oh
but
no! Oh no! Don't follow us on this. We're not doing too well.
But I'm not sure about this. But our healthcare, we always follow the US and even the training.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna be more fucked then. I'll take that
Yeah,
out.
you should follow the Singapore way.
I think we should follow anyone but the US.